This week I was working on the documentation of the Phonebook API. Now, to get started with that, I installed Swagger, and then I also installed Swagger UI Express. So now in my root folder, I created a file called swagger.js, and within this file I defined the name, the title of the API, the description of the API, and the host and the shim that I'll be using. So I'll be using my deployed Phonebook API that is deployed on Render, and then directed it to the endpoints which are in routes folder, particularly the contacts.js, and then the autogen that I brought in from this third party is going to automatically generate a file called Swagger output JSON. Now this is once I run if you look here in my package JSON, I've added the script called Swagger autogen, which runs this one here. So once I ran that, it created the Swagger output JSON file, and this is the one that it will be driving all the information for the UI. So it has the paths defined. So the path, it has the title, the description, the host, and the shims. And then the first path is going to be /contacts, which is going to get all the contacts. Then the other one is while still using / because we're going to use a different method. Here we're using a get. We're going to be using a post on this one. This one is going to be basically for posting a new contact. And then we have /modify. It would this endpoint will take a parameter of the ID that needs to be modified. And then the last one is delete, which takes the parameter of what is to be deleted. Then we can also view each individual contact that is in the Phonebook. So to see how this is running, I have a deployed version already. So if we go to this, if you look through here in my app.js as well, I then bring in the third party that I installed, the Swagger UI Express, and then I bring in now the JSON that is been created, and then after that I then pass it as arguments within the use function. So let's see that in action. And the route that I will use to see this UI is API docs. So let's see that in action. I'll just close the other stuff that I had open. Close that. Okay, now let's go to this. So it's gonna, by default, it's gonna go to can't get, but then I have then to add an endpoint to where I want to go, and the endpoint that I want to use at this particular time is the one for the docs. So let's give it some time to load. So then it gives me that. So then after that, I'm gonna then say /API docs. Then I load that. So if I load that endpoint, this is then how my documentation is looking like. If I then go to, I can actually use that as REST to see that my routes are working. So if I then say try out and then I say execute, it should then give me what is currently stored within the the database, and this is the request URL. So let's close that. Then you can go to contact post. This one is then for posting. Then for posting a new contact. If you want to try that out, you'd have to then add here, then add a new name. Let's just call this guy Jose, Jose, then I'll give him more. This email is going to be jomo at gmail.com, and then his birthday is going to be on the 15/03/1995, and let's say favorite color is going to be white, and then location, let's say New York, and then his phone number, just generate a random number 5555, and then the company that is going to work for is, let's say it's Meta, just like that. So then if I execute that, it should then add Mr. Jose into the database. True, he has been added. So then if I refresh in my canvas, my contacts, I should be able to see Mr. Jose at the bottom here. He's been added, so which means that one is working fine. Let me just collapse this, then we go to put is basically going to use the for editing. So then you then need to get the ID that you will paste here to get the person that you want to edit. If you want to try that, you can then use execute. Then there's the delete. Let's say I want to delete, who do I want to delete here? I have this one with no, and I think I have another one with the name of McDonald as well. So I'll then copy this one, and then let me then delete this contact. I'll post it. Say try. I'll post it here. This is the ID that I want to delete. Execute, and then it says true, it has been deleted. If I refresh my canvas database, that one is gone. So then this one is forgetting a particular ID. So if I say let's take this one, let's take this one that's written Isaac, copy, and then we go to try it out, paste, execute. It then gets me okay, this one is not running properly. Oh well, it's actually running. Here is the body. So that is working fine. So this is basically my Swagger documentation. Now to implement this with the front end, I have a React front end here that I will just use this with to illustrate this working properly. Where's that React front end? It was here somewhere. Okay, here's the React front end that I'll be using. So let's give it what it needs so that we can work with it. I'll just copy this one here, and I'll paste it in my React. I'll move closer. Then I'll paste the URL for my render. This is going to be the endpoint that I'm working with. So let's create a new guy here. We can actually start with deleting. Then let's delete Rudy, so we can well, let me just start with editing. I'll say instead of Rudy, I'll say Rudy Schnei. Then that say instead of that, I'll say YY, and then H, then color, I'm gonna give her purple, and then the birthday, I'm gonna give her 27. Let's give it 23/02/1980, like that. Let's save. So that was successful. So that worked well. So now let's go back to her. That's her now. Contact details. Let's delete her. that was successful. So we have the put working, the delete is working, the get is working. That's why they're here already. Now let's try the create new one. Let's add someone by the name of Justin. We're gonna call it Babeyo, and then her email is going to be just Babeyo at gmail.com, like that. And then her favorite color is going to be pink, and her birthday is going to be 15 slash let's call it 01 1960, like that. Now let's save this contact. Okay, so the contact is created. So then there she is. So we were able to get, that's why all these are here. Then we are able to edit, we are able to delete all of them. So which means this is working fine. We put, we get, we delete, and edit. So all the functionality of this is working fine. I guess you can say that's all this week. It was mainly documentation and putting it together with the front end. I think that's all. Cheers.